This is my version of the Dunbury Delusion, which uses the Harold-Lorraine double lift or the KM move. My attempt at putting this handling together was to make the illogical double lift look a little bit more logical because you set it up twice before you actually do the move. You'll see as we go along. Their selection was the 7 of spades, by the way. It gets shuffled back into the pack. Pack gets cut up on the table. The cards get shuffled one more time if you wish, and then you go into the presentation. In this case, the deck of cards is going to give me clues as to what your card might be. Top card tells me that your card could have been a spot card, not a face card. The second card down tells me maybe it was a red card. Well, maybe not. We'll see. The next card tells me how far down in the deck I have to count to find your card. Yeah, for example, it's a 7, so if I count down 7 cards from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, your card, ta-da, the 5 of spades. Is that your card? That is not your card. Down on the table, wait a minute, no, that's not it, that's not it. That's not it. No, remember I said if you count down 7 cards, you'll find it? Well, you count down. Go ahead. I give the cards to the spectator. They count down to the 7th card, and voila, there is their 7 of spades. In this handling, I try to make the illogical double look a lot more logical by first performing a very similar looking move or handling twice before I perform the actual sleight. This is the illogical double. 2 cards are pulled off to the side. The left hand turns like the page of a book down upon the face-up card, and that top card is pushed off under the pack as you lay the face-down card on the table. Obviously illogical because when you have a face-up card and you flip your hand over, that card should be face-up, not face-down. So this is how I've gotten around that. What I'll first do is take a single card and show a single card, and then as I turn my hands over but back towards myself, that card turns face down. I re-grip it and then lay it upon the table. I do this again with the second card because their actual selected card is 3 cards down. So the hands turn over and the card ends up face down. Now here's the move. Pulling 2 cards off, the hand turns over and the card turns face down. It sort of looks the same as the first 2 that I performed. There's just a regular card, the ace of diamonds, going onto the table as my hands turn over. I simply re-grip it and lay it upon the table. Single card gets flipped up, re-grip it, lay it upon the table. The next card pulled off to the side, re-gripped, hands turn over, laid upon the table. The 6 of diamonds is where I actually perform the KM move, or the illogical double move. Let's take a look at them side by side, compared side by side. Here's a single card being pulled off, turned over, laid upon the table. Here's the illogical double being pulled off and laid upon the table. A single card. Next, a double. Single card. As you can see, they look rather similar because the left hand turns palm down and the card gets laid face down upon the table, whether it's a single or a double being pulled off of the pack. Here's a quick recap of how it's performed. Spectator selects any card, in this case the 9 of spades. The 9 of spades is replaced back onto the lower half of the pack. 2 cards are shuffled off, then you keep a break between the 2 halves so that their card is going to end up 3 cards down from the top. You cut half of the cards above the break, then the rest of the cards at the break, and put the rest of the deck on top. Now their selected card is 3 cards down from the top. This is where you give the cards a shuffle if you want. 1 extra shuffle, making sure the top 3 cards stay upon the top. The single card is pulled off. The 9 of clubs is pulled off and dropped upon the table. Second card is pulled off, shown, dropped upon the table. Single card again. This is the double. As you see, I'm going to count down to find your card. How far down? where you perform the double, pull it off, and lay that up on the table. Then you count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Place those cards underneath the ninth one, claiming that your card, the Ace of Diamonds, and of course it isn't. They're going to dive to the table to see if their card may possibly be on the table, but we all know differently. Because then you give them the deck and said, no, I said, remember, if you count down 9 cards, you'll find it. Then the spectator has the deck in their hand, they count down 9, and they find their card just like magic. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this.